Hello friends, welcome back to Inglés podcast. My name is Sarah.
And I'm David. We're so glad you're here today because we have something super useful prepared for you.
Yes. If you've ever wondered how to talk about your daily routine in English, today's lesson will give you all the words and expressions you need.
And the best part? By the end of this episode, you'll be able to describe your own day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, in clear, simple English.
Exactly. And remember, the more you listen, the faster you'll learn. So grab a notebook or just relax and listen along. Let's start with the morning because that's how every day begins. David, what's the very first thing you do when you wake up?
Well, I usually wake up around 6:30. Notice that I say, wake up, not get up. Wake up means you open your eyes, and get up means you actually leave the bed.
That's a great point. I wake up around 7 o'clock, but sometimes I stay in bed a little longer before I get up.
Same here. After I get up, I usually go straight to the bathroom.
In the bathroom, I brush my teeth, wash my face, and sometimes I take a shower.
Some people shower in the morning and others at night. For me, it depends on the day.
And after that comes breakfast. I usually drink coffee, eat some toast with butter, and sometimes I have fruit.
That sounds nice. I usually drink tea and eat cereal with milk.
So, to recap the morning routine vocabulary: wake up, get up, brush your teeth, wash your face, take a shower, have breakfast.
And of course, don't forget, get dressed. I put on my clothes for the day, and if I go outside, I also put on my shoes and maybe a jacket.
Now, after breakfast, many people either go to work or go to school. This is an important part of the daily routine because almost everyone has somewhere to go in the morning.
Yes, that's true. If you go to work, you might say, I go to the office. If you are a student, you might say, I go to school, or I go to university.
Let's give some clear examples. David, what do you usually say on a normal weekday?
I usually say, I go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I also add, I drive to the office because it's far from my house.
And for me, as a student, I say, I go to the university at 9 o'clock. If my class starts later, I can also say, I have class at 11 o'clock, so I go to the university at 10:30.
That's a good example. On the way, you might take the bus, take the train, ride the subway, or drive a car. Some people even take a bicycle.
Exactly. And don't forget, walking. If you live close to your job or your school, you can say, I walk to work. Or I walk to school.
Let's practice with more examples. I take the bus to school. I take the train to work. I drive my car to the office. I ride my bike to school. I walk to the university.
Very good. Notice that we use the verb take with bus, train, or subway. And we use drive with car.
Let's make some short dialogues.
David, how do you go to work?
I usually drive to work, but sometimes I take the bus when the traffic is bad.
Interesting. I usually walk to the university because it's very close to my apartment.
That's convenient. Many students walk if the campus is near their home.
Let's try some variations for practice. I leave home at 7:30. I catch the bus at 8 o'clock. I arrive at work at 9 o'clock. I arrive at school at 8:30.
Good. Remember, leave home means when you go out from your house, and arrive means when you get to the place.
Let's practice repetition. Please repeat after me. I leave home at 8 o'clock. I take the bus to work. I arrive at school at 9. I walk to the university.
Excellent. Repetition helps you remember. When I arrive at work, I usually start by checking my emails. I open my computer, log in, and read new messages from my colleagues.
That's so common. At school, when I arrive, I usually attend classes or take notes. For example, I might say, I attend my English class at 10 o'clock. Or, I take notes during the lecture.
At work, I also attend meetings, write reports, or talk with colleagues. For example, I have a meeting with my boss at 11 o'clock. Or, I write a report about a project.
Students might say, I study English. Or, I do my homework. Or, I read books in the library.
Let's add some variety. At work, people also answer phone calls, prepare presentations, or use Excel to make spreadsheets.
And at school, students might do group projects, give presentations, or participate in discussions.
Let's add some small dialogues.
David, what do you do first at work?
I usually check my emails first. Then I attend a short meeting.
And what do you do after that?
After the meeting, I write reports or work on my computer.
That's very clear. Now let's talk about lunchtime.
Yes, lunchtime is important. Around noon, I usually say, it's time to have lunch.
I often eat rice with chicken or pasta. For example, I eat rice with chicken for lunch.
And I often eat a sandwich or salad. For example, I have a sandwich and orange juice for lunch.
So here are more useful phrases. Eat lunch. Have a sandwich. Drink water. Talk with friends.
Let's add variations. I go to the cafeteria to eat lunch. I have lunch with my colleagues. I eat in the school dining hall. I drink coffee after lunch.
Practice time. Repeat after me. I eat lunch at 12:30. I have a salad for lunch. I drink water with my meal. I talk with friends during lunch.
Perfect.
After lunch, the afternoon begins. At work, I usually continue with meetings or projects. For example, I work on a project in the afternoon.
In my case, I prepare lessons, write articles, or have online calls. For example, I prepare an English lesson.
If you are a student, you might study in the library or do homework at home. For example, I study in the library at 3 o'clock. Or, I do my homework after school.
That's true. And don't forget about short breaks. In the afternoon, I sometimes drink coffee or have a snack.
Same here. My favorite snack is fruit or cookies. I might say, I eat an apple in the afternoon. Or, I eat cookies during my break.
Mine is definitely chocolate. I often say, I eat chocolate at 4 o'clock.
So the useful expressions here are: have a snack, drink coffee, take a break.
Let's add more examples. I take a break at 3:30. I drink tea in the afternoon. I read a book during my break. I talk with colleagues while having coffee.
Mini practice. Repeat after me. I take a break in the afternoon. I drink coffee at 3 o'clock. I have a snack after class. I read a book in the library.
Excellent.
Okay, so now it's evening. Paul, what do you usually do after work?
After work, I usually go home. I sometimes say, I go home at 6 o'clock. Or, I leave the office at 5:30.
That's a great expression. Leave the office. At school, I might say, I leave the university at 6 o'clock. Or, I finish class at 5:30.
Yes, very useful. When I arrive home, I sometimes relax on the sofa. I might say, I sit on the sofa and relax. Or, I watch TV for 1 hour.
That sounds nice. I usually cook dinner when I arrive home. For example, I cook dinner at 7 o'clock.
What do you usually cook?
It depends. Sometimes I make pasta, sometimes soup, sometimes grilled chicken with vegetables.
For me, dinner is usually something simple, like eggs, salad, or bread with cheese.
That's perfect. After dinner, I usually wash the dishes and clean the kitchen.
Yes, cleaning is important. I sometimes say, I do the dishes after dinner. Or, I clean the table.
Let's give more examples for practice. I cook rice for dinner. I make soup for my family. I wash the dishes after dinner. I clean the kitchen every night.
And let's not forget other evening activities. I often read a book. I sometimes play the guitar. And I sometimes call my family.
Those are great evening activities. I sometimes watch TV, sometimes listen to music, and sometimes study a little more.
Let's add some sample sentences. I listen to music in the evening. I watch a movie on Netflix. I talk with my family on the phone. I play games on my computer.
Perfect. Let's do mini practice. Repeat after me. I cook dinner at 7 o'clock. I wash the dishes after eating. I relax on the sofa. Or I watch TV in the evening. I listen to music before bed.
Excellent practice. Finally, at night, it's time to relax and sleep.
Yes. Around 10 o'clock, I usually brush my teeth again and wash my face. For example, I brush my teeth before going to bed.
I do the same. I might also say, I take a shower at night. Or, I change into my pajamas.
That's good vocabulary. Pajamas are the clothes we wear for sleeping.
Exactly. Then I usually say, I go to bed at 10:30 or 11 o'clock.
For me, it's a little later. I usually go to bed at 11:30.
Let's add more examples. I read a book before bed. I check my phone before sleeping. I drink a glass of water at night. I turn off the lights and go to sleep.
Very good. So the key verbs are brush teeth, wash face, take a shower, change clothes, read a book, go to bed, sleep.
Practice time. Repeat after me. I brush my teeth at night. I wash my face before bed. I put on my pajamas. I go to bed at 11 o'clock. I sleep at night.
Perfect. That completes our daily routine from morning to night.
Now let's add some extra expressions you can use to make your sentences longer and more natural.
Good idea. One important group is adverbs of frequency. These are words like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never.
Exactly. These words tell us how often we do something. They are super useful in daily conversations.
For example, I can say, I always brush my teeth in the morning. Or, I usually drink coffee for breakfast.
Great examples. I can say, I sometimes go to the gym after work. Or, I never drink coffee at night.
Let's give a quick list for practice. I always wake up at 7 o'clock. I usually eat breakfast at home. I often take the bus to work. I sometimes read a book in the evening. I rarely eat fast food. I never go to bed late.
Fantastic. Another way to make sentences longer is to use connectors. Words like and, but, because, so, then.
Yes. For example, I wake up and then I brush my teeth. Or, I go to school because I want to learn.
Here are some examples with connectors. I drink coffee and eat toast. I take the bus, but sometimes I walk. I study hard because I want to pass the test. I work in the morning, so I relax in the evening. I eat lunch, then I go back to work.
Very useful. And don't forget expressions of time. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, at 7 o'clock on Monday.
Exactly. These help you be more specific. Example, I go to work in the morning. Or, I watch TV at night.
Perfect.
Now it's your turn. Let's practice together. I will say a sentence slowly. Please repeat after me.
Ready? Let's begin.
I wake up at 7 o'clock.
I brush my teeth in the bathroom.
I eat breakfast in the kitchen.
I go to school at 8 o'clock.
I take the bus to the university.
I arrive at work at 9 o'clock.
I check my emails at work.
I have lunch at 12 o'clock.
I drink water with my lunch.
I study in the library in the afternoon.
I relax on the sofa after work.
I cook dinner in the evening.
I wash the dishes after dinner.
I listen to music at night.
I brush my teeth before bed.
I go to bed at 11 o'clock.
I sleep at night. Excellent. If you repeat these sentences every day, you will remember them very quickly.
And here's a challenge. Try to talk about your own routine. Use the same structure but change the details.
For example, Instead of I wake up at 7, you might say I wake up at 6:30. Or instead of I eat breakfast in the kitchen, say I eat breakfast in the living room.
That's right. The important thing is to make it personal and true for you.
Here are some practice questions for the listeners. What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? How do you go to work or school? What do you usually do in the afternoon? What do you do before bed?
Answering these questions in English is a fantastic way to practice. So today we learned a lot about daily routines, from the morning until the night.
Yes, we talked about morning routines, going to work or school, studying, afternoon activities, evening routines, and bedtime.
We also learned important verbs like wake up, get up, brush teeth, eat, drink, study, work, cook, clean, relax, read, sleep.
And don't forget the adverbs of frequency. Always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never.
Plus, we practice connectors like and, but, because, so, then, and expressions of time like in the morning, in the evening, at night, on Monday.
That's a fantastic toolbox of English for beginners.
Now it's your turn. Please write in the comments. What's your daily routine? Use the words and phrases from today's lesson.
Yes, tell us about your day. We love reading your answers.
And don't forget, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Inglés podcast for more lessons.
And share this video with your friends who are also learning English.
See you next time and keep practicing your English every day.